Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Core Energy Experience. I'm your host, Kurt Bruckmann. I hold my mastery in core energy dynamics. I'm a certified global coach. I write for Brains Magazine, and I am an internationally acclaimed best-selling author. Today, we have a very special guest. You hear me speak of our associate director and co-producer, Alex Fabio. Today, we are so fortunate to have Alex doing solo. So enjoy it all with Alex. And take it away, Alex.
Hey, everybody. It's Alex. I am the man behind the camera, typically, on the Core Energy Experience. Kurt and I thought it would be interesting to bring me to the front of the camera so that we can learn a little bit about me, and I'm the other half of the team here. So, should be interesting. This feels kind of like a confessional, which is kind of weird because it's just me. It's like not even a podcast. So we're going to do our best here. So my name's Alex. I've been making this podcast with Kurt. We're now filming our 13th episode at this point. So things are going swimmingly. If you've checked it out, thank you. We appreciate it. Just a little bit about me. My name's Alex, like I said, for the millionth time. I'm the child of immigrants. My dad's from Colombia. My mother's from Greece. I think that informed a lot of my upbringing. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. But growing up, I really didn't know that many other people that were first generation American. And it kind of showed me that there are many different ways to live life, not just one set way. And I think that really opened my mind to a lot of different possibilities of what makes like a good life for myself. I fell into music when I was a teenager, and it was the true love of my life and still is. I was in bands for a long time. I'll dive into that a little bit. And I'm now a music producer and audio engineer at a studio. Shout out Dim Studios. What up? Gonna be there after this, working on a session, but yeah, it's kind of, music has really kind of led me into all the different avenues of my life, which has been nice. It's taken me places that I never really thought were possible. Even when it was really, really difficult, I've learned life lessons. I feel like I went to the school of life. I only went to 2-year school. I went to Brookdale. It took me 4 years to finish. School was never my jam. And I was touring in bands in between, always. When I was 17, me and 7 of my friends hopped in a Honda Odyssey from 2003, and we jumped in that thing with a U-Haul attached to the back, and we drove all over the country playing shows that myself and one other friend of ours booked on Facebook in just the most random, obscure places that you could imagine. And honestly, we never looked back. Since then, of course, everybody has gone a million different directions individually, but me personally, that really sparked a feeling in me that we can do things ourselves. We have agency in life. I learned that, the DIY, do-it-yourself ethics, really resonate with me. And I carried that through everything that I do up to this point. I toured pretty much nonstop from then until just last year. Actually, yesterday I was talking to someone about it, and I couldn't believe that my last tour was last year. It already feels like years ago. And that's probably because I'm so used to going on and off the road. But some of the hardest parts about touring in a band, and anyone who's watching this who's in a band who's from my circle or whatever, I'm sure you understand. You're driving around, you're making no money. You're making just enough money to keep on going. It's like Black Flag in the 80s is just like the normal touring space now. And, you're connecting with other artists. Maybe you're doing show trades, whatever it may be. But it's really hard. One of the hardest summers that I ever had was, I think it was like 2015 or something like that. We called it the Hell Tour. So we had 2 tours booked back to back. This was in my old band called On Your Marks, just out of high school. And the first tour, we went out there. Day 0 actually, because the show was the next day in North Carolina. We were supposed to play at a pizza place on a college campus in North Carolina. On our way down, we left the night before. We broke down in Delaware.
By the way, If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to like and subscribe right now. We appreciate your support. Now back to the show.
So this was a van that we got from some guy in Philly. We called this van, it was all blacked out and had a skull like shift thing. And we called it the King. And apparently it worked, we thought, but we broke down in Delaware, right? So 4 a.m, I'm awake. Everyone else is sleeping. I call AAA. We're at a gas station and we're waiting for hours for this AAA guy to come. Somebody comes, they jump the van. They're like, I don't know if you're going to make it to North Carolina, but if you're going to try, I wouldn't shut it off. So for the next 10 hours of the drive, we didn't shut off the van once, filling up with gas, whatever. We just kept it on. And lo and behold, we made it to the venue, turned off the van, and it died right there in front of the pizza place. So then the goal was the band will go set up and do our thing. We had one roadie at the time, was our homie, Joey, who's still a road warrior to this day. In fact, he was just overseas doing some gigs front of house for some artists. And he was like, all right, I'm going to get a battery from the only auto parts store, which is like 3 miles from here. I have a skateboard. I'm going to go do it. So he skateboards away. We're setting up. Later in the day, we play our set, right? It was a great time. It was a college gig. It was so much fun. Everyone had a blast. At the end of the show, Joey and our drummer, Maddie, were like putting in the battery. And all of a sudden, we start hearing these sirens. And it's like they're all around us and all coming right towards us. And we're like, what the fuck is that? And all of a sudden, these guys in a college house that's right next to where our van is, like they come running out and they're like, oh my God, fire, there's a fire. Call 911, right? And so we're like, what? We're parked right there. And so all of a sudden, all these fire trucks and police start coming. The house starts lighting on fire. There's smoke everywhere. There's crowds forming around. And we're stuck there. And we're like, if we can't get this battery in right now, we're going to be stuck here all night. We have a gig to get to the next day. And man, it was crazy. We ended up getting the van stuck in the middle of all the fire trucks. They were running by us with hoses. And there was nothing we could do. But the silver lining here was that one of our bandmates had a friend that was going to that school from New Jersey, and they were staying in a parent or an aunt or uncle's mansion not far away from there. And she was like, I'll take you over there. And so we ended up, amidst all that chaos, we ended up sleeping in like this gorgeous mansion and swimming in a pool and having the time of our lives and partying that night. And that was night 1 of Hell Tour. So goes to show that DIY touring is not for the faint of heart, but that little microcosm of just one day on the road showed us so much about if you just keep going and persevere through the ridiculousness of life, sometimes you get a little reward. And touring for me was always feeding me just enough to keep going. And I think that taught me some really valuable life lessons. And there's nothing quite like the hard knock school of life, and touring really gave that to me and music gave that to me. So I'm really thankful for that. And if it wasn't for my past and music in general, I would have probably never met Kurt. And so I just want to say that I'm really grateful to be here. And for anybody who, like I said, has tuned into the podcast, we appreciate you. We're starting a totally new endeavor with this, and we're spreading a message of core energy that we feel like is a new language to help people grow. So we hope that you appreciate it. And yeah, this is about it. But I hope that you watch, and maybe you'll see me on this side of the camera again sometime. But for now, see ya.